come on, get up.
Morning, Brian.
Stephen, are you aware that you've voluntarily embarked upon a PhD in physics?
Hello.
Hello.
Science.
Art.
I'm a cosmologist.
What's that?
I study the marriage of space and time.
The perfect couple.
One never knows from where the next great leap forward is going to come, or from whom.
First thing when I saw this movie, you know, it just inspired me for my will to live. And I want to know, how does Stephen's will and fight to live inspire you personally?
Oh, I'm so thrilled that that's what you took away from it, because that's exactly what I took away from it when I read the script, and more specifically when I spent time with Stephen. He was given this death sentence when he was 21 years old. He was given 2 years to live, and he describes how every day beyond that has been a gift, and as a consequence, he has chosen to live his life fully and passionately, and like the most, like filling every single second of every minute. And I'm one of those people that gets like quite sort of boiled down in my own sort of worries and neuroses, and it's just like, screw it, like just live. We've only got one shot at this, so.
Well, you're British. So.
Yeah, there you go, exactly. That's part of our deal, isn't it?
So describe to me, I mean, I'm sure you've told the story before, but when you first met him,
yeah,
what did you say to him? What was he doing? Where was he?
Where he was, I met Stephen at his home in Cambridge, and it was only a few days before we started filming, and I then spent months and months like reading everything about him, and he really had become sort of idol like in my mind, and so it was like meeting a rock star. It was like meeting this and I was so nervous, and it takes Stephen a while to communicate now, and so there are long pauses, and I hate silence. And so I basically just made a complete fool of myself by, in fact, someone just used the word jibber-jabbering. Basically, I just sort of spewed forth information about Stephen Hawking to him, and he just sort of looked at me going, really? Tell me about... Anyway, I calmed down after a while, and he was beyond wonderful. It was one of the great experiences of my life. He was funny, he was witty, he was mischievous, he was incredibly powerful. You could feel this sort of, he emanates strength, and it was amazing.
How true to the facts in Jane's memoir is the film?
Well, it's based on Jane's book, and it's very true to what Jane describes in terms of their relationship. You know, the film doesn't flinch from the truth of the situation. You know, right in 3/4 of the way through the film, there's a divorce, and you don't usually get that in what is also at the same time a love story. But that's what I liked about reading the script, that it has an unconventional ending. You know, it's not that the two get together, but they find happiness with other people.
What were your experiences when you first met her? What was the first thing that you asked her?
Well, I was really nervous, so I just sort of was gabbling a lot and over-talking, and just probably making a fool of myself. But it was learning to trust each other, I think. You know, Jane and Stephen both are putting their lives out there for everyone to see, so they instinctively, we knew they needed to be comfortable with Eddie and I, so it was just very relaxed. Just went, and I remember sitting and having a cup of tea with her and chatting about their relationship, but also just watching her, and you know, a bit like a detective or something. I was just trying to absorb as much as possible to then put in the film.
What if I reverse time to see what happened at the beginning of time itself?
Wind back the clock.
Wind back the clock?
Keep going.
I don't know how.
Yet.
Keep winding!
Where to?
It's called motor neuron disease. Life expectancy is 2 years.
I want us to be together for as long as we've got.
It'll affect everything.
You don't realize what lies ahead. This is going to be a very heavy defeat.
But I love him, and he loves me. We're going to fight this illness together.
What's his reaction to the film? I know he's seen the film.
Yeah.
What was his reaction?
Oh God, he's been so lovely. He's been incredibly generous, and what was interesting is when I met him beforehand, if you're playing someone, of course, all you want is their approval, but you know, Stephen's a strong man, and he wasn't going to sort of say, "Go ahead, it'll be great, you'll be fine." So I knew that it was only after he saw the film that one would get a sense of whether it had gone okay. And he was so lovely. He said some very kind things.
Now it sounds cliche, but why do you think love ultimately does conquer all?
Oh, why does it?
I'm going deep here, Felicity.
I know. No, I love that. Isn't that what we're always trying to work out? I feel like that's the thing we're always surprised about, isn't it? That you know, even though in life you can be everyone's so focused on what they're doing, but then ultimately you have moments of, especially when things like that, when people get ill in your family or friends, and the one thing that always matters is the love that you have for those people. Without sounding too cheesy.
Why do I think love conquers all? Well, I think it's because it's the inexplicable, isn't it? It's the fact that, you know, I love this idea that Stephen is trying to find order and this sort of beautiful symmetry in all the randomness that is this universe, and the most. He's really trying to explain things, and yet the thing that we will never, I don't think, ever be able to really get a tap on is the sort of physics of love.
What's something that you kind of learned about him, or just doing research, that blew your mind? That was just like...
What was it? Oh God, the thing that really... I mean, because I'd read all the science, and obviously that what he's achieved as far as his brain was concerned, but when I met him, just this mischief, like the humour side of it, was that I just couldn't get over how funny he was, and the fact that he can move so few muscles now, and yet he has the most expressive face you've ever seen in your life. And what that is, like, again, if that's not muscular, what is it that someone can sort of really emanate? So,
do you think, are we any, from just working on this film, are we any closer to a cure for ALS? Are the strides getting closer?
Well, that's something that is, you know, that actually the Ice Bucket Challenge, which some people have been, you know, quite sniffy about because people say it's a bit of a celebrity bandwagon, but what it does is raise awareness, and there is definitely money needed for this, to understand this condition, and particularly because actually with Jane and Stephen, you know, they didn't have any money when Stephen was diagnosed, so you're losing a major income in the family. So to have a charity where there's support and the money needed just to keep someone alive is very important.
Lastly, are you excited about your Oscar nomination?
Oh God, no. Do you know what? Frankly, we care. These people, when we got cast opposite, I got cast opposite Felicity, and we knew that Stephen and Jane would see it. The expectation felt so high when they saw the film and liked it. That for us was just the great reward. All of the other lovely sort of buzz, and hopefully will encourage people to go see it, and it's very, very flattering.
Good luck.
How are you?
I'm okay.
So, this black hole at the beginning of time. Brilliant. Brilliant, Stephen. Well done, Doctor.
He has pneumonia. The only way he will survive will be to give him a tracheotomy. He will never speak again.
Yes, he will.
My name is Stephen Hawking.
It's American.
Is that a problem?
It has been a great joy to watch this man defy every expectation, both scientific and personal.
There should be no boundary to human endeavor. However bad life may seem, while there is life, there is hope.
Thank you.
Sorry, did you say something?
I said thank you.